check. Boom! Welcome to the Wednesday Deal Room Live. Got my Zoom crew on the left here. I am in beautiful Japan, and it's 5 a.m. and it's a beautiful day. We've been doing early morning meetings, and then you got all day to do whatever you want. So if you are Eastern time, I am time traveled into the future, about 14 hours. If you are PST, I'm time traveled into the future 17 hours, so it is Thursday here. Type in the chat on the live stream if you can hear my audio. I'm on this portable mic and I want to make sure you guys can hear my audio okay. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear my audio. What's up, Bill? What's up, Devin? What's up, Terry? Hello, hello. Jim, good to see you. Welcome in. All right, if you can hear my audio okay, give me a yes. I want to make sure that you guys are good. All right, yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Laura Lee, you are part of our DOL community. And so, in order to hop in the Zoom link, it should be in your email, or you would just email my team. It is for our coaching crew that we're closing deals with and for. So, Laura Lee, you fit the bill. So, feel free to hop in there and feel free to live stream if that's easier for you. Um, we have some exciting deals to call. The market is doing some exciting things. Now, why do I use the word exciting? There is a little lesson that I learned years ago, and fear and excitement are the same emotion, except one, you breathe. When you're excited, you breathe. When you're fearful, you stop breathing. And so when you both in both of those emotions, your heart rate may speed up. You feel a overwhelm of a feeling, and you choose whether it is fear or excitement. Now, I share this because in the market today, the markets react to news cycles. Anybody notice that? It's nothing but hype. It's printed up, it's fiat currency, and the markets go up because of a tweet, and the markets go down because of a tweet. It's the way the world works. And when you realize confidence is coming up, the idea of a 50-year mortgage is being floated. The idea of you buying houses, investing in properties, and paying for it with 2075 money. Think about that. Imagine buying a house now, Greg, and paying for it with 2075 money. Now, I don't know about you, but that means in my mind, if I'm buying a house with 2075 money, I bet inflation and everything's going to be much more expensive in 2075. It always is. That's 50 years from now. Now, without going into how it would affect homeowners, the positives and negatives of it, whether you're for it or against it, I just want to point out, understand how the game works, because the better we can use the game, the better we can serve people. And when you buy houses with 2075 money, that's a very interesting prospect. It's a very interesting thing, and it will affect the market. Number two, I want to point out year over year, even though inventory they say is up, if you look at the actual numbers, it's only around 800,000 houses available if you take out contingencies and pendings. But out of 140 million houses, so it's not high inventory. Um, it is compared to 2020, but it's not compared to general inventory. So if you start to look at that and you go, wait, prices are still rising nationally. I understand there's pockets in Florida that's changed. I understand there's pockets all over the country. But if prices are still rising, and I am uh, in this market where every year nationwide 4.4% still happened, even with all the things that people are saying is bad news. Now, what else happens? You realize if income tax is eliminated, which is an idea that's being floated that may or may not happen, if that happens, you realize how much more money will be added to the marketplace. Imagine a couple 100 million Americans taking home 100% of their paycheck. You realize the effect that would have on the economy. You realize the money that will add to the economy and the abundance that that would create for so many people who are maybe living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I want to dive in. We're getting ready to call some sellers live. I want to keep this in mind. This is the holiday season, and you'll hear me running this theme throughout the entire deal room session today. As always, I'm going to be on the live stream here, dialing leads, giving you some pointers, some classes, some suggestions of how to use this season for your advantage. And then number two, I'm going to be hanging out with my people on the Zoom for an extra few minutes, answering your questions as always. And so, for all of you listening to this, I want you to realize we're in the holiday season, and that it is actually a very awesome time to be able to serve people at a higher level. Anybody here feel like it was just literally Christmas, like a few weeks ago? And here we are again. It's December again. Oh my gosh. And so we are doing something really cool. Last year we were in Japan over this time. We do an international trip every year. We do a lot of vision work and brilliant ideas to help way more people in our community and a way by a ripple effect to buy way more houses, help way more sellers and buyers. All of this happens every time we go on an international trip. I don't know how to explain it. It just ideas spark. And I want to give you guys a pointer that if you are constantly seeming like hitting a brick wall, put yourself in environments, whether that be a live event, whether that be right here on the Zoom, on the YouTube stream, put yourself in environments where new ideas spark. You're one connect or one idea away from your first or next $1 million. And when you realize that, you go, wait, where are those ideas at? I guarantee you, if I'm hanging out with five broke people, they're not talking about $1 million ideas. I guarantee you, if I'm hanging out, or at least they ain't acting on them. Maybe they got one, but they sure as heck ain't going to act on it. So, how do I position myself in rooms with winners? How do I position myself in environments? I don't know if you have, some of you I know have been to Japan, some of you have not yet. Japan is such a cool environment. The reason we chose to come back here the third year in a row is because the environment is so inviting for just great thought. The coffee shops, which are not open at 5 a.m., uh, but the coffee shops are so awesome to just work and think and ideate in. And so ask yourself, what environments can I put myself in to win? All right. I'm going to talk to you about some deals that are happening this holiday season to prove my point, because ultimately, unless it's actually happening, it's nothing but hot air. So I want to give you some actual things that have happened in the last 10 days, updates on deals some of you have seen me talking to, and then we'll get to the live dials. Thank you so much, Anya. My team is incredible. Um, Shout out some of my YouTube online listeners. What's up, Bill Welsh? So good to see you, brother. What's up, Katie Grace? Nice to see you. Kevin, good to see you. Tammy, if you are on the YouTube, just comment in the chat. How is your energy on this beautiful afternoon? I need to gain. I've got my beautiful Zoom faces on here. I need to gain some energy from my YouTube people because it is 5 a.m. I've been starting meetings at 1 a.m. in the morning, and so it's been little segments of sleep. So, uh, all right, type of energy in the chat, YouTubers. I got to see in Facebook land. I got to see your energy come up so I can feed off of you. All right. Anya sent me this deal. We're going to follow up with Bev's deal. And then I'm going to talk to you about three things that have happened in the last week to further validate, or 10 days that further validate what is happening this holiday season and how you position yourself to get there. Tammy is an 8. Good. We're going to get that to a 10. Baxter's a 9. Heck yeah. Let's go. All right. We're going to call Anthony. This is a follow up. Fortune's in the follow up. And then we are going to talk about three things that have happened. Anthony, it's Andrew. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Did I catch you at a good time again?
Yeah. What's this for?
Bev and
Sorry.
I were talking about buying your houses.
Yes. Which one?
Well, we talked about buying the whole portfolio, and then Bev had just texted me. If I understood right, you'd reached out to her, letting her know that you would be looking to sell the 407 and 405 Chestnut, probably alone rather than the offer we made on the whole portfolio. We spoke last
I'm
week.
not sure if this is.
Do you have
Which ones?
405 and 407 West Chestnut?
West Chestnut. Indiana?
Yeah. We got quite a few deals in the works too, so I could be off on something there.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe you're dealing with my partner. You talk to me for sure.
You're Anthony, right?
I'm Anthony.
Anthony. And is Megan your wife or partner?
No,
No. Okay. Well, we got the wrong Anthony, brother. Well,
yeah,
do you have some houses for sale? Because we're looking to buy.
I am wholesaling. Yes. I do run some in Indiana. Are you just looking around Indiana right now?
I am looking really anywhere. We buy anywhere. Indiana, I'm heavy. I'm heavy in Indiana and Kentucky. But what do you have? Do you have quite a few on the board in other states or?
I believe we have 1 to 3 in Owensboro, Kentucky, if you know where that is.
I love Owensboro.
Yeah, great area. And then I work a little bit in Indianapolis. Is there anywhere else you'd like?
Yeah, we like Indianapolis. We go all over. So really, if you wanted to send us a list of everything you got, I could give you my assistant's email, and you could email her a list of the whole crew, and we could take a look at it.
Okay, perfect. And just so I know your buy box, I mean, are you looking land, obviously, single family home?
Yeah, so we buy houses two ways. We either pay cash way below value, you know, generally from either the owner or wholesalers, or we pay better and do it, sub to our owner finance. So that's kind of our buy box. If they're open to payments with little down, uh, we want to take a look at it. If they're open to cash with at least after the repairs and everything, we're at least 30 to 40% equity in the home. We're open to looking at it, making an offer. Um, we like if it's say Owensboro, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, Louisville, Kentucky, we're going to be very strong in our offers because we like to buy in those areas. And we have a lot of portfolio there. Whereas if you send me something in Cincinnati, Ohio, that would be one of our buying partners. So I personally wouldn't be as strong on the offer there, but one of my partners might.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And any townhomes or just
Uh,
single family?
Not big on townhomes. Just prefer single family houses, apartments, and land.
Okay, perfect. All right, sounds good. And your name again?
My name's Andrew,
Andrew?
Andrew Schlag, and I'm gonna myself or my assistant will text you the email as soon as we hang up. Is this the best number to text you at?
Yes, this is my mobile.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks so much.
Awesome. I'll lock you in. Nice to
Thanks.
meet you, Andrew.
Good to meet you.
Take care. Bye.
All right, we need to find out who this Anthony is, and is this someone's lead? Anya, where'd you get this lead from? Where'd you get this number from?
That was taken from your Facebook Marketplace.
Ah, got it. Okay, thank you. Could you send him your email? Could you text him your email right now, Anya? And perfect. Just say this is Andrew's assistant, Anya. Please send me the stuff, and then when you get it, forward it to me. All right, cool. Um, so I think that was actually a very cool thing because that's a lesson, and you realize not everything goes as planned, and it's not how you deal with the planned; it's how you deal with the unplanned that makes you in business, right? So I want to point that out. What's up, Katie? Katie Grace is a 10 plus. That's what I'm talking about. Terry has no energy today. Oh man, we're gonna change that for you, man. Get you some coffee, say a quick prayer, chug a bottle of water, and your energy will be higher by the moment. You're welcome in advance. Uh, what's up, Kim? Kim's a 10. Heck yeah. Devin, so good to see you, brother. Trust you had an incredible time with your family. He's part of the coaching community too, and actually, he's part of the mastermind and became part of the mastermind at the last event, but he's traveling. So he'll be in the Zoom next week with us. All right. Type in the chat. I want to hear from you guys on Zoom and on YouTube. How many dials, approximately, if you don't know the exact answer, how many sellers have you spoke with in the last 10 days? How many sellers have you spoke with? First time or follow-ups in the last 10 days? If it's zero, just put zero. But just type it in the chat. How many sellers have you talked to? I'm getting ready to call Bev's deal. I want to point this out because this is where the difference is made. All right, we got Carrie. Carrie spoke to 6. Good. Hey, Bev, I see Anthony's number in the chat. Thank you. Marlon spoke to 3. Lynette spoke to 2, but she's unsure. What's up, Lynette? Marilyn spoke to 15 to 20. Neva spoke to 5. Let's go. Carrie 6. Sarah 6. Leo 3. Laura Lee 5. All right, good. We're making progress. Beverly, let's go. 15. All right, let's see about our YouTube family. Diana spoke to 0. We got to get those numbers up. Terry spoke to 0. No wonder your energy's low, brother. Baxter spoke to 7. Let's go. At Daddy, whoever that is, spoke to 3. These, you got to update your YouTube names, guys. Apartments for Utah spoke to 7. Nice. Felicia spoke to 0. Kim spoke to 5. All right, good. Progress. So this is a metric. I was talking to Sarah this week, and Sarah and Steve are working on some cool things. And I was talking to Sarah, and I said, Kurt took 11 months to get his first deal. 11 months. Now, I said, if I tell you that, especially if you're new to the business going, gosh, I need a paycheck in the next 90 days, 11 months sounds really sucky. But if I change that and I say Kurt took 195 calls to get his first deal, that gives us doesn't mean that that's going to be your exact number. It was just an example of his first deal, because his first deal was bigger than most, $71,699. So the cool thing is, it's not about the time, it's about the connects. The more sellers we talk to, the more dials we make, the more opportunities we have to do deals. And so when I changed the reframe and I said, Sarah, Kurt talked to 195 sellers to get a deal. Now, taking that number, if it takes 195 dials, imagine that you do, instead of 10 dials a month like he did for round numbers, or 18 dials a month for round numbers, imagine you do 18 dials a week. And I said it took Kurt 11 weeks to get a deal. Or imagine you done, I don't know, 18 conversations twice a week. Well, gosh, now you're looking at 5 or 6 weeks. Now, is those numbers guaranteed? Absolutely not. I'm just taking from someone who was brand new, looking to get his first deal. And I'm sharing this because this perspective allows us to go, wait a second. Sometimes we're sitting here going, my gosh, why am I not getting more contracts? Why am I not getting this happening? Andrew closes 1 out of 7 or 10. And that is high quality leads. And that's after a few years of experience. And so understand, it's how do we get through the nose and get to that yes? How do we get through the nose and get to the check? I'm going to dial Bev's lead. I'm going to share you some examples and have something very cool perspective I want to add for you guys. Thanks, Judith. We don't do the SICK word. Judith commented and said, "Don't get SICK. We don't go there."
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Anthony, it's Andrew and Bev calling you back about the Chestnut houses. Give me a call back or a text at your convenience at this number, and we'll talk soon, brother. Bye for now. All right. What's up, Arturo? So, something I want to point out as you're having these conversations, I gave you the example before we went live on the live stream of the, I gave you my example before we went live on the live stream of Joe and Judith, just following up on that deal that she got September 15th, just contracted it yesterday. And should everything go as planned, she's going to be the answer to this guy's prayer, because she's going to be able to buy this house, and we may partner on it or buy it from, we hadn't even discussed that yet. Buy it from them. It's in our neck of the woods. And so regardless of what happens, assuming that the seller cooperates, which is a problem, by the way, guys, when you're dealing with a deal that's going to foreclosure and going to auction in 7 days, is getting the seller to cooperate. Sometimes they are dealing with all sorts of emotions, and you're as much of a therapist as you are a buyer. And so walking them through that segment and being their answer to prayer can be taxing. And it can be frustrating if you're looking at it the wrong direction. And so just understand that as you're doing this, because some deals will fall through. There's still a chance that we run title and there was a bunch of liens she didn't tell us about. Maybe that's the reason the last two contracts fell through. I doubt it if it's going to sheriff's sale, but we don't know. And so get a contract, and there's always a chance it falls through. Except that's why we stack the bases. Make sure that if something does fall through, then we continue building, we continue growing. Judith pointed out something very important, that all along the way, this seller was asking us constantly for advice and asking us for guidance. And we became, rather than just another buyer, we became the professional. Marilyn, or not Marilyn, Diane. Where's Diane? Is Diane on here? Not yet. All right. Who's accountability buddies are close with Diane? Anybody on here close with Diane? Anya, let Diane know that Leo, cool, Leo. Let Diane know that house in Boonville that we called about, and I told her she could have it if it came through. They sent us the portfolio yesterday. So her and I will be in touch, and I will. This is a follow up. So context: we 2 weeks ago were on the coaching call, and I was on the Zoom. And for those of you who are on YouTube, are you guys finding this valuable? Give me a yes in the chat if you're enjoying this, and send some hearts and some love, some morning energy here. Afternoon energy for you, but morning energy for me. All right. So we got the yeses coming. I see you. All my YouTubers and Facebook. Keep the yeses a coming. Thanks in advance. So something that I realized that she's asking us for advice, we became the pro. And I mention this because Diane, the deal that Diane's about to do is we're on a coaching call, and I said, what's your biggest bottleneck? If you're taking notes, write this down. Solve problems quickly. I know it's simple, but it will change your life. She said, I have a problem getting leads. I said, okay. Do you want to solve that problem? I said, yes. So while they're going, Ahmed and Diane or someone was discussing with each other how to solve the lead problem, I'm just the type of guy who likes to get stuff done. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I sent 3 Facebook messages. And they're still talking. We're 4 minutes later. Somebody messages me back. I pick up the phone, I call her. It's a trailer on a plot of land for $20,000. It doesn't sound like a home run deal, but hey, if we can get it for 6 or 8 or 10 and take a headache off their plate and make, Diane get a $10,000 check, God bless her. I said, Diane, if this deal comes through, you can have it. Nice trailer land. I know the area well, and see what happens. And so we're on the coaching call, and we get off the phone with her, and it's her mother's property. She wants a call back. Follow up is the key. She texts 2 days later on Facebook Messenger, and she says, do you have a minute to chat? I said, yes. So I get back on the phone with this seller, and she goes, I'm getting bombarded and blown up with messages on this property, but you seem different. She said, I'm actually looking to sell 12 of my mom's homes. My dad has Alzheimer's, and I'm just helping him get rid of all the properties. Can you help me accomplish that? I said, maybe. I said, if you're looking for retail and all cash, I'm not your buyer. But if there's deferred maintenance, or you're willing to take payments over time, you're willing for a cash offer with some equity left in it, or you're willing to let me pay you over time, then heck yes. She goes, well, the cash flow's nice. They just can't keep up with the properties. If you're taking notes, write it down. Solve their problem. So we have a 15-minute chat, and it wasn't because I needed to negotiate the house. We didn't even have all the addresses yet. It was because she needed to understand that we are the pros helping serve her. Now, if you're new and you go, but Andrew, I'm not the pro yet, called borrowed credibility, and that's okay. We find the tools in the tool belt. We contract the deals. We know that a minority of deals we contract are going to fall through. Financing is going to fall through. The seller changes their minds. There's liens that come up. All sorts of things can happen between here and close. They talked to their mother-in-law and their brother-in-law, and their mother-in-law and brother-in-law told them they should sell it with a realtor even though they're losing money. Whatever it is, all these things can happen. So know that unexpected turns are going to happen in this business. All right. This deal room is all about inspiring you to take consistent action. No matter what the outcome is, how do we continue to do the lead measure? So, last 10 days, bam, foreclosure deal contracted with Joe and Judith. Last 10 days, just got clear to close on a MLS deal that a realtor brought my brother that we're partnering on. And it's a move-in ready house. The only problem is it needs an $11,000 roof. It's a move-in ready house. It's not leaking. So we're buying the house. They're giving us a cash discount. We're buying it for cash and going to hold it. Another one contracted. It's a $130,000, $150,000 house. I offered him $3,000. We finally got it contracted this week at 5. Why? Because I'm buying it on a quitclaim deed. It's a bank-owned property. Now, what does that mean? I could lose my entire $5,000, but I've already ran title on it, and I'm quite confident I can get clear title rather rapidly. So I'm solving the bank's problem. They don't want to deal with a stupid line item, clearing title and waiting another month or two to sell. They want this off their freaking books. Guess who can help take it off their books for them? You, me, us. So another MLS deal that came to us, and we actually found this one on reindiana.com. This does not work in Evansville, but it works in the other cities in Indiana. A joke. Never mind. So, for all of you, my 5 a.m. humor isn't as good as my noon humor. I'm sorry, but Nina still laughs. I love you too. For all of you, I'm going to point out that this holiday season, the sellers need to sell worse than you need to buy, and selling is serving. And if you can go talk to these sellers and have more conversations, and that's the takeaway I need you guys to have from this live today is just have more conversations. All right. We got some more deals to dial, so we're going to get to it. By the way, there's a bunch more deals that were happening in the community. I just wanted to tell you about those 3 that were follow up because those have been happening on some of our Zooms. And you're going to notice that a lot of these deals happen because of the follow up. All right. So we have Angela's deal. It's free and clear. We'll pay the $6,000 in taxes. No HOA. Oh, Texas, baby. All right. We're going to dial this deal. Hello, Hope.
Hello.
Hey, it's Andrew calling you back about your Moore Drive house. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Did I get you a good time?
You're good.
Okay, cool. I think you talked to my partner Angela, and I had some facts down here, and I wanted to gather a couple more facts and see if we could work out something on this house. Um, this house is move-in ready, right? It doesn't need any work.
No, it's gonna probably need some paint, and like I told her, the thing that I was going to look at was redoing the kitchen. So I was.
Can everybody hear her
looked
okay?
at,
Give me a thumbs up on the live
Lowe's
stream.
and
Thumbs up in
package
here.
deal
All right, cool.
of the stove stove top, the dual ovens, and the dishwasher.
Okay.
And then so with those things, I was going to a countertop. and so it's not a big island piece. So I did know like the one big slab would fit the countertop.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of what was looking. Like I said, it would have. It was the paint, paint and that kitchen.
Okay, cool.
So,
And then, so basically just a little dated, but good shape, just dated, needs cosmetic updates.
yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
Do you live here, Hope, or is this investment?
I used to live there.
Got it.
I had a tenant in that moved, had moved them out probably August, may have been their last month there.
Okay. How much were they paying?
For rent.
Yeah.
I think I had them at, gosh, I know one point two. It was 2,000.
Okay.
I think that's what we had. 2,000, a little over 2,000.
Okay. And what are you hoping to get out of the house?
I'm sorry.
What are you hoping to get out of the house price wise?
So I had one realtor. I'm looking about the 288.
288. Okay. And then, do you still have a debt on it, or you already paid it off?
No,
Okay.
it's off. Mhm.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if we could buy it for that 280s and pay the closing, of course, take responsibility for the taxes and the insurance and all the things, be responsible for it. Would you entertain doing payments over time, or we buy it with some owner financing and pay you every month till we pay you off the full 280 cash?
I guess how long would that go?
Well, it would depend on what you're comfortable with, of course. Our objective after we buy the house from you is to turn around and sell it to someone who can't qualify for a mortgage, and we'd be selling on owner financing and helping somebody get whatever's broke with their credit fixed. So hopefully sooner than later, because it's when we would make our profit, right? Because we'd mark it up, and we would get paid when they cash us out. But in the meantime, we'd be responsible for maintenance, repairs, and taxes and insurance.
Because I guess for me, I was kind of looking to take that to purchase another home to live. And so I, wanted to kind of put it, turn it back around and put it in mostly the home to reduce any
Taxes or
the-
mortgages. Okay.
the tax and mortgage to just bring it down to a lower state. So
What where are you planning to buy a new home at?
kind of not in the same area, but kind of looking in like the Rockwall
Okay.
area. So, but I'm kind of trying to see if I can just go ahead and get what I'm looking out, and whoever I'm working with.
Angela, any idea what this is worth?
Kind of looking
If
at
you know
my
any comps,
husband
type it
to
chat.
do this. He's trying to do the same to his home. So
Okay.
his is in Rowlett, and he's actually updated the front of the house, as well as a lot of the things on the inside of it. And so, but
What
like
if-
I said, I'm just
What do you
trying to
think the
see-
price of your new house will be? Like, you looking at something that's like 200, or do you know yet?
Oh no, I'm looking for it to be a little bit more than that. It's just kind of basically the spacing right now. The
Okay.
space and the size is what I'm looking. So outdoor space, as well as the kind of the outdoor indoor space, and kind of where we can look at extending or doing a storage type thing. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
so that's kind of where.
What if
So this kind of
would you be open if we could, pay you the 280, overtime, and we pay you enough every month to cover your new mortgage payment until we pay you out. So it's, it's just like you don't have a mortgage. We pay you every month, cover your new mortgage payment on your new house. And then whenever we cash you out, you can pay off your debt on your new house.
Let me actually, so I can give you a call back. Let me kind of check with him. So
Yeah, that'd be
see
perfect.
if that's something.
Because
Okay.
in order to pay cash, we would be a little bit below your asking. We are very open to making a cash offer, but we'd probably be about $50,000 apart on price, give or take. And so, to get you your full price, we're not realtors, so there's no 6% commission. So you'd net more by
Mhm.
selling to us, than any other way. If you was just willing to give us a little bit of time and then, work out the back end details as you get that new mortgage and we cover that payment for you. When should we
Okay.
reconnect?
Um, well, because I'm in my office right now, so probably Saturday, perhaps.
Perfect.
If it's, yeah.
Angela will reach out to you on Saturday and we'll see where your mind is. And if we can work it out to be a win-win, we'll look forward to working something out together.
So, what's the, I guess, the difference in like um, what you do have in relation to, and the difference between the two? So, what you have right now to make the offer, and then the the others being later.
Yeah, so that we buy houses two ways. We either pay a higher price, like in this case, 280 and pay you over time. Or we would be making a cash offer that probably frankly would be insulting, because if we're gonna tie up a couple 100,000 in cash plus the repairs, that's a much different return we're gonna have to have on that versus, just tying up the repair money and closing costs. No realtor fees and all that. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So yeah, so we would be like in the low twos for cash, or we could be at 280 from what you described, what I've seen online and what I've researched on the property. 280s wouldn't be a problem at all if you was just willing to give us some time.
So yeah, so about I was saying, because like I said, I have the realtor come in, so that's why I was looking more closer to the um, um, like 288. But again, I'm let me check with my husband, see if he's what he's kind of thinking.
Yeah.
We can probably do
What was your husband's name?
with that. It's Lakai.
Lakai and Hope. Awesome, Lakai. We will I look forward to hearing back after you talk to Lakai, and you and I, or Angela and you, will have a chat first and then go from there. And I think just keep in mind, of course, that in either of those scenarios, we there won't be realtor fees, and we'll pay the closing and close with a real estate attorney. If it's not a fit for you, we'll give you any guidance that you need and part as friends. And if it is a fit, well, gosh, we'll work it out to be a win-win.
Okay.
Cool. All right, we'll talk Saturday. Hope.
Okay.
Have a blessed
Okay.
week. All right, bye for now.
Okay. You too. Bye.
Bam, Angela. And a follow up with Lakai and Hope. Anya, please update the notes in that spreadsheet. Oof. All right, we are calling Carrie's lead, John. Wouldn't say what he owed. This is on Fairmont. John and Fairmont asking 310. All right, let's see if Mr. John will answer the phone. Get a couple more of these people on the phone. And we got some notes. By the way, to everybody who just joined online, welcome. We are doing deals live from Japan at 5 a.m. It's a beautiful day, and I'm glad you're joining us. We are negotiating deals. We was just going over the wins from the follow-up. Multiple deals are being contracted in the last 10 days in our world in this holiday season, some of them with incredible profit margins. So it's a very exciting time to be getting contracts signed before the Christmas rush.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Now we're trying Justin. Tim's lead, Justin. This is Justin on Chillingham Court. Something I want to point out on that last call, that you guys, by the way, comment your takeaways in the chat. Comment your takeaways. I want to see what your takeaways were, and then I want to point out a couple of things. But comment your takeaways on YouTube, on Facebook, on. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Justin, it's Andrew calling you back on Chillingham. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, I think you talked to my partner. My understanding was you was looking to sell the house. It wasn't officially on the market, but you're an investor. Kind of bring me up to speed on what the story is in the house, if you don't mind, brother.
Yeah, who's your partner?
Tim McKelvey.
Yeah, he didn't call me.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You
Well,
had
send
one
me
of
your
cold
number.
callers.
Okay.
Some cold caller. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool,
I'm
man.
assuming you're hitting a database, just fishing a little bit.
Uh,
And I am an investor, and I'm a realtor too in Virginia.
Cool.
But I do own some rentals in the area. So I have tenants in there. I
Yep.
think the lease is up in like June,
Okay.
something like that. Anyway, I am like, we can save money without realtors if you want. You know what I mean? On
Yeah.
both sides, that is.
Yeah. That's cool.
Although we're realtors, right? It makes no sense, but it does.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. What do you do a lot of holds? You do lease options, or what kind of game do you play on it? You flip?
No, I'm not a flipper. I'm a long term. In fact, I'm holding. To be quite honest with you, I'm holding a bundle with CNB Bank, so a commercial loan.
Yep.
And so what I want to do is I want to sell 2 of the properties to pay off the loan because I have some equity built up.
Got it.
So if I could actually sell 2 of them at the right price, I would.
Okay. Would I guess 2 questions if you're looking to pay those off. Maybe first one maybe mute, but are you open to either equity or a cash offer where we get some? Are you open to either owner financing or leaving us some equity if we put a cash offer in?
Yeah, I don't want to do any creative financing. I'm looking
Okay.
to actually sell them traditional, just so I can move the money into some other areas for myself. I mean, believe me, I've gone on Zillow and I'm out of state on some other property too.
Yep.
And I get a million calls like that. Like,
I'm
hey,
sure you
owner
do.
financing this and that.
Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
if we buy them 2 ways. We do owner financing, and then the other is we pay cash, but we have to have 30 to 40% equity to pay cash. So probably sounds like this wouldn't fit that bill. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've dealt with
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna reduce it down 30%.
Yeah, of course.
I
Of
could
course.
list it myself. I mean,
Yeah, that'd be
so
the smartest route on this one. Cool, man. Well, that sounds good. And do you ever come across deals that need work that you just pass along, or any other things we should talk about working on together? Or
I'm sure you're looking for that, right? You're looking for things that need a little work, right? You can get some equity in it and cash it and then turn it, right? Is that your
20%
play?
20% is just buying houses with the equity position I was describing, and then the other 70-80% is buying on terms, creative financing, debt takeovers, all that.
Yeah. Are you doing any sub 2 stuff? I mean,
I do everything
have
on
you
the
done any?
wraps. I've been doing this for 12 years. Years ago, I
Okay.
did some sub 2, but I do everything just taking over the debt and putting it on a wrap now. Just feels better to me.
Yeah, I just wonder because I always tell people this: the value is actually in the loan,
Yep.
not the property. Sometimes, in this case, when you have a 3% loan, sub 2 makes sense, but I just don't see a lot being done. So
Yeah.
it's pretty hard for the seller to take on that responsibility, I guess, or the buyer. But what do you mean called? What do you mean by the wrap? What are you saying?
It's a taking over the debt. It's just called a wraparound mortgage. You still cover the payments the same way you do on a sub 2, except it's a note and a mortgage. So, for example, Andrew Schlag owes Justin $100,000. Justin owes Wells or CNBC. CNBC, the news organization. I'm kidding. The bank.
Yeah, right. The Clinton News Network.
Getting you owe the bank 100,000. So it's just called a wrap. It's just something
Yeah.
my attorney drew up. I learned sub 2 back in 2014 and started doing them. And then I just, hired my own band of attorneys after I'd done a few dozen of them. And I said, hey, how do we make this where where I can make everybody 100% winning and feeling good. And so that's what we've been setting up now.
How do you do that? So the bank doesn't really know, right? You're still doing the.
We still buy them in a land trust.
Okay, I got it. That's it. That's the secret. You buy them in a land trust, put a middleman in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And
is that something
and
you
then
want
the
to?
person selling it still gets something, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Is that something you want to gather a few of the next little while?
do I want to
Buy some
It's
sub
just-
two stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would do
Yeah.
anything. I just bought one in Winchester recently.
That's cool.
But yeah, I have a bunch in Martinsburg area and Falling Waters and stuff like that. So
That's cool, man. What's the what?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the goal? Like in the next couple years, you trying to sell these, pay off the debts, and then gather some more properties, or you building retirement for the family, or what's kind of the play with being the broker and
it's a
everything?
combination. The ultimate goal is the cash flow enough to not have to necessarily work, right?
Mhm.
It's like, but I am a realtor and I love real estate, so I could see myself doing kind of what you're doing or whatever. I mean, just kind of making money in the space. I'm 30 years in a corporate job, so
Yeah.
I do leverage the depreciation write off, right?
Yeah. What do you do for work?
And I'm in cybersecurity.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, that's yeah. You positioned yourself well to use that for your advantage, but it sounds like it's becoming time for
But
a
my
shift.
brain is in real estate, right? It's like, or my heart is in real estate. My brain's stuck in W-2.
Yeah.
I still would rather. I'm kind of doing that now, to be honest. I just left my W-2, so I'm trying to better manage what I have and cash flow as much as I can. So
Cool, man. Well, I'm glad we connected. We should continue the discussion and shoot. I'm hosting a event in Texas next year. Maybe I'll shoot you a text to invite you.
in Texas,
Yeah.
I own some property in Lubbock.
I wondered. We just got off phone with a seller in Texas, so that's cool, man. Well, our event's coming up in Houston, but that's awesome, man. How much stuff you got in Lubbock?
I got 2 duplexes in Lubbock, and to be quite honest with you, I would sell one or if not 2 right now. I'd rather sell those than the ones I'm talking to you about. So
Interesting.
they're
Interesting.
$3K a month in rent. They're 3,000 square foot, so 1,500 a side. Yeah, but they've been building so many in that area. It's hard. It's kind of like, it's hard to stick out, if you know what I mean, to sell them.
Yeah. Well, would there be equity in those or owner finance play or not really?
Don't really want to do that. Those are the ones I was telling you about. I'm getting calls on all the time.
Got
it.
it.
So that's
Yeah.
actually where it's coming from. I
Okay.
can share them with you if you want. I'll text
Yeah.
you the link. And,
Yeah. Send me a text when we hang up, and we'll continue the discussion. And who knows what'll come of this. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Good talking to you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye for now.
You too. Nice meeting you.
All right. That was fun. All right. Let's look at the comments, the takeaways. Katie Grace says you just let her talk and she heard herself. She sells herself. Yes. Something I want to point out that is powerful on that call before this one is as she was talking, you notice how I just kind of done the walk away. Cool. Just let me know. And then immediately she starts saying, well, tell me more about that. It's because you asked the right questions. You seed curiosity. And then they come back and ask you questions. All right. Let's see what else we had as takeaways. Angela said you were able to control the call by understanding what she actually needed. Yes. Check in with her husband. Very good synopsis. I want to point out on this last call with that investor, you notice how in the very first part of the conversation there on Tim's lead that Justin was borderline hostile, right? Yeah, I'm assuming you're just working some list. Borderline, and notice by asking the right questions, meeting him at his level and having fun. If you're taking notes, you should always remember this, write it down, but funny equals money. and just be fun to say yes to. Um, and the bank that he, by the way, I hope somebody noted down that bank. I want to check, see if they're a good play to be working with, because I've heard of them, but I've not done any loans with them. CBC, I believe he said. Did somebody get a note of the bank that he said? If not, we can go back and find it on the recording. Um, and then when I repeated it back to him, I made a misstep. You guys heard that. So rather than being insecure about my misstep, I laughed. And then he laughed. And so just understand that you're gonna fumble up. If it's 5 a.m. in the morning, you're for sure gonna fumble up. And be okay with that. Like, it's just asking questions. You're having fun. The seller isn't scary. And the moment that we done that, he softened and he starts going, well, tell me about this rep. You notice the ego went down from I'm the pro investor. Who are you? Broke owner financing offer person. That was his first attitude. To secondly, like, well, how do you do this? Gosh, I wish I was like you. Right. And you notice that, and I'm putting words in with what he actually said versus, but that was the attitude shift. And I want to point that out because you get that just by asking the right questions. All right. We got a couple more leads to dial. We are getting about out of time. We're going to dial a couple more of these leads before we. Oh, somebody called us back. See who this is. Oh, this is John.
Hello, this is John.
John, it's Andrew calling you back on your house on Fairmont Drive. How you doing?
Doing well, and yourself?
I'm good. Did I catch you at a good time? You got a second?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine.
Cool. I believe you talked to my partner Carrie. You were asking 310, but you mentioned you'd be open to taking a little less. You was going to talk to your wife, and I wanted to follow up with you on it, and get a little more details about it. Did you and your wife have a chat about the property yet?
Yeah, yep.
Cool. And did you guys discuss? Did you get into this? I don't see in my notes yet with Carrie, where we could do owner financing, where we take over, cover the payments until we pay you off in full.
Yeah, we had discussed it, but I don't think that it's a viable option for us because of the way our loan is structured with the bank.
Okay. And how is that structured, if you don't mind my asking?
I, from what I understood in the terms, we can't sell on contract while holding that mortgage.
Interesting. Okay. Who's the loan with?
Regions.
Okay. Very familiar. We took over several from them. Okay. And what is the debt left on it? Do you have a lot of equity?
I wouldn't say we have a lot of equity. We still owe 225 or 230,000, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say we have a lot of equity. We had a pretty decent down payment on the home, and we've been paying on it for 2 years. So
Yeah. Okay. Um, it's 220. So you're looking to get, and what's the least you would take on price if we could work out all the details?
I think our where my wife and I stand is if we could just sell outright without a bunch of realtors involved taking their percentages. I think 300,000 is bottom.
300,000. So let me ask you, because probably what you're talking about on the Regions loan, because I've taken over a lot of Regions loans, is you're probably talking about the due on sale clause. Is that accurate?
There's that. There's also I'll have to double check. I don't have it in front of me right now. I think there was another clause in there about transfer of contract or transfer of mortgage. So unless it's remained in our name, I don't think we can transfer our mortgage.
Yeah. So just to add clarity for you, what was your wife's name, John? Kayla. John and Kayla. Just to add clarity for you and Kayla, because it may or may not be a fit. But what we do and what we've done with the other Regions loans we've taken over, and many loans, is due on sale is a very common thing. Our real estate attorney draws up the paperwork. We either buy it in a trust, on what's called a wraparound mortgage, or we buy it on contract for deed where it doesn't even change ownership. In both cases, we can work that out. Now, that being said, if we could work it out where you and Kayla feel good about it, and our attorney prepares everything right, would you entertain letting us take that over as long as we could set it up in a way that you felt comfortable?
I think, as we were discussing it, the hard part is we don't want to be carrying the debt in our name any longer
Yeah.
because of we're moving locations entirely and looking to buy tillable acreage. And so the more credit we have available, the more tillable acreage we can get for our farming operation.
Where are you moving to?
Southern Indiana.
Heck yeah. What
Yep.
part? We got a bunch of land out
Uh,
that way.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Seymour, Indiana, or North Vernon.
Yeah, I lived in Evansville for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep. So we're just on the southeast side of the state.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's if having this loan, out there with Regents would keep you awake at night, then you definitely shouldn't do it. But if giving us a little time to pay it off, and bypass realtor fees and commissions and all that crap would be of value to you, an immediate sale, we'd definitely be players on this. But we'd need some time between closing and then paying off the loan where we either resell it or refinance it. So we'll maybe just stay in touch in the next 30 days or 60 and see how it goes. Is that cool?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. We'll continue the combo, John. Good talking to you, brother.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Note to call him back in 3 to 4 weeks, Carrie. We are going to call. Hey, we're going to call back Anthony again.
Hello, Anthony speaking.
Anthony, it's Andrew. How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, I'm sorry, man. I got caught up at a project
That's all
and I
good.
didn't get out. Can I give you a call when I get home?
Yeah. Shoot me a text and we'll set up a time. Just a note,
Okay.
I am international right now, so text Bev because I might be sleeping or something.
10-4. Okay, no
All right,
problem.
bro.
Sounds good, man.
Talk soon.
Sorry about that.
All good.
All
All right,
right.
bye.
Bye.
All right. Continue the follow up with him. All right. We will get to, let's see if we can get to one or two more. You guys having fun? Good. I feel like I'm just dialing and not teaching today, which is fun. Something I want to point out is with these conversations, it's just that. And I want you to write this down. That is, get to a conclusion. There's one of three conclusions. We're in a trust recession. There's one of three conclusions you're going to get to. And I just want to shout out you guys who are on here every week. Those of you who are enjoying the stream, the Zoom, submitting leads. What a fun time this is, because it's a learning moment. It's an opportunity. And these conversations to me is all about how do we have more meaningful conversations and then just get to a conclusion. What's the three conclusions? There is either A, they cuss you out until you get other life and never call them back. That's one meaningful conclusion. That's a tiny minority, 1 out of 100 or something, but it happens. Another meaningful conclusion is, yes, we agree on price. Yes, we agree on terms. Send me the contract. That's a minority on the first call. The majority is scheduling a follow-up. And so knowing those three meaningful conclusions, you'll never get lost on the call, because that's the three stages. Now, if you're on your fourth follow-up, I will tell people, look, dude, I don't want to waste your time or mine. What are we doing here? Should I call you a fifth time? Or are we just becoming friends for no reason at this point? Like, I will say those things. And it sometimes maybe sounds harsh, except I want to get the point across. I don't want to have 7-hour follow-ups. And I say that a bit extreme, because some sellers will do that to you. They will drag you out for weeks or months. except in the case of Aaron and Gretchen, the couple that Judith is buying the house from. She continued to drag it out, and I was very, very, very direct with them, borderline harsh, because I said, look, I can do what I said. For some reason, you keep calling me back. For some reason, you keep signing with other people. I don't give a crap what you do, but should we continue this conversation or should we not? Because I feel like I should be using my time to go acquire some other houses and help some other people rather than you guys wallowing in your misery, $25,000 behind on your mortgage. And when I said that to her, she's like, oh, you're right, Andrew. I'm sorry. Now I share that because I I was being very nice. Now, something I heard Dave Ramsey say, I like this. Dave Ramsey runs a good organization, although I don't agree with some of his philosophies. Um, he said to me, and I relate to this, coming from a background of country boy preacher's kid, I thought nice was never addressing conflict. And Dave said to me, nice is direct. That's a writer downer for you. Because inside your team, imagine you don't tell your team members, imagine you have an acquisitionist and they have called 73 sellers and they've called them all the wrong way. And you go, I want to be nice. I don't want to tell them they're messing up. Well, how nice is that? They're going to call another 700 and wonder why they don't have a deal. No, to me, it's nice saying, look, this part was great. This part sucked. Let's fix it. Whatever your vocabulary is. And I want to share that because nice is direct. Nice is solving problems. And so by doing that, and it's, to be seen next week whether the deal comes through, by doing that, we are probably going to solve her problem rather than letting her wallow in her misery. And I share this because, again, you are the guide, you are the coach on these calls. Be the pro. All right, let's see if we get another seller on the phone before we wrap this thing. We have, and you guys submitted some strong flow of leads this week. I like it. This is Dylan on Lancaster. This is from Joe and Judith. Shout out to Joe and Judith for popping these deals in.
Hi, who's doing that?
All right, Dylan. No answered. All right, we'll do one more dial, and then I got action steps to wrap you up for the holidays. Let's see. This is the agent's number. This is Karen. Karen's lead. And note on these as I'm dialing, if this is your lead, make sure you're taking copious notes on it. Well, my assistant does keep notes in here. Oh, Dylan, it's Andrew calling you back about your house for sale in Newburgh. How you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm good. Did I catch you at a good time?
Yep.
Cool. Hey, I was calling you back. This house, what can you tell me about it?
What do you want to know?
Does it need a lot of work, and why are you selling?
No, it doesn't need a lot of work. I'm selling. I got a baby on the way.
Okay.
And I just moved in with my girlfriend. Yeah, she
Okay.
wanted to stay at her house. So.
Cool, man. And you still have a mortgage on it, or is it paid off?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay, cool. If we was to buy it from you, does it need it looks move-in ready? Like, is there anything at all we would need to do, or is it just like buy it and it's ready to go?
Could use some paint.
Okay.
Honestly, there's 3 walls where I had stuff hung up, and normally I just go and spackle it myself and just paint over it with a little roller, and it all looks good. But this time I was like, let me go above and beyond and hire somebody to come in and plug it, and they just replace. They like instead of spackling it, they actually like replaced sections of the drywall and like sanded it and smoothed it and did like
This is Dylan,
super professional.
just so you know, Dylan called me.
And I'm just not that good at doing touch-up paint over that. So I did it, and you can kind of see where I touched it up.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to paint the house anyway, then I don't think it's a big deal. But I think if they want to touch those walls,
hey, I got my second thumbs down ever on YouTube.
Touch up, and I have all the original
live
like paint cans there. So
gotta get a bunch of thumbs ups coming in now.
Out, yep, I just don't have time to do all that, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is.
Okay, cool. By the way, what is the debt left on it? Do you know?
Not the exact number off the top of my head. How does that help you out though?
So a lot of times if I buy the house, most of the houses I buy around here, I just take over the debt that's already on them. Do you have a good interest rate locked in?
No, but I do want to make money on it, so I'm not looking to just dump it.
Okay. How much equity do you think you got? Like, would you be looking for 30, 40, 50, 100, 200?
I want to sell it for 344.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my goal. I think that can be negotiated.
So if we was to buy it, take over the debt, and put cash in your pocket, how much cash would you be looking for in your pocket?
Oh, like $20,000. Yeah.
Okay. So if we took over like 320 or something, and then put 20 in your pocket, that would be doable for you.
320. If yeah. I mean, if are you working with a realtor? Or are there going to be fees on top of that?
No, I'd be the buyer. I'm not a realtor. No commissions, no fees, none of that crap.
Yeah. Okay.
There's not a realtor on your side either, right? This is buy owner.
No, this is buy owner.
Okay, cool. What's the payments every month if we did take it over and put 20 in your pocket? What's the payments that we'd be paying every month? Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
About $2,700.
27. Oh, yeah. That is not one of those great rates, is it?
No. This house was just bought 2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. How much of that's taxes and insurance versus principal and interest?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. All good.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I owe about $310, maybe less now on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I know. And I think I want to say like $1,600 a year in taxes.
Yeah.
Insurance is probably making up another $150 or $200 on top of that for the PMI, whatever that is. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Let me run some numbers because that's gonna be tight, because if we took over that debt, even if we rent the darn thing, we'd lose money every month, and then we put money on top of the debt, and then closing, and then I don't think there's a lot of equity in it. What do you think this would appraise for? Probably like 340, 350.
Yeah. I know. The top value could probably go for is maybe somewhere around 375, and that's with an appraiser that just wants to make a bank happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like realistically somewhere around 350, 355.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. Let me and Judith brainstorm on this a bit and give you a call back. All right, cool.
Perfect.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you back. All right. I don't see a deal here. Judith, I'm gonna leave that on your plate. I would call him back in a month. The only possibility for a deal here. So I'll give you guys the numbers just so you know what was going on in my brain. This is a house that's worth $350, worth, meaning it's been listed for less than that now for a very long time and it's not selling. So what's it actually worth, right? What a freaking buyer will pay for it. It's worth $350, and he owes $310 on it. You notice how we got to that conclusion by continuing to ask the darn question. And he owes $310. He wants $20K in his pocket. So he's not actually asking $344. He's actually asking $330. But $20K in his pocket plus $2,700 out a month in an area that rents for $2,500. I know this area well. In an area that rents for $2,500, the only play on this is if you are willing to lose money on it for a while, $200 to $300 a month for a period of years, because you needed to do a cost seg and save 40 or 50K on taxes. That's the only reason to buy this property. Then you got to ask yourself, is it worth having this thing out there in order to do that, losing you money every month? So not a great deal. Could be worth something, What I anticipate we'll do, Judith, is I'm actually meeting with my CPA next week. What I anticipate we'll be doing is we'll continue the convo, and he's not going to sell this thing, most likely, assuming he doesn't sell it traditionally. We will make him an offer come January to just take over his debt, no money down. Take the headache off his plate, because a realtor comes along and offers to offer on this, he's still going to have inspections and fees and repair costs. He's going to have a whole bunch of crap. He's going to lose money. So we would be doing him a favor just by taking over his debt and giving him $1,000 or $2,000 in moving money. So we'll follow up with him, probably buy this thing in January, nothing down if we need it for our 2025 taxes, or the end of December if we need it for 2024. Joe and Judith will figure out something together if that comes to fruition. And maybe he sells it in the meantime for $345. And if so, God bless it. All right. Last call of the day. We have, did we ever make that dial for Karen? Oh, yes. Here we go. I'm working on a virtual producer, so when I'm doing these numbers in my head, so that I can whiteboard them out or calculate them out on the screen, so all of you can see my brain. So that I'm working on seeing if we can accomplish that. Got some other cool things in the works for this Steel Room show too.
Hi, this is Greg. I'll call you right back as soon as I get free. Thank you.
All right, Karen, that was your lead, so note down to follow him. Note down to follow him up. All right, holiday action plan, guys. You've seen it work today in front of your eyeballs. Have conversations. You have heard the stories of the conversations we've been having and what those are leading to. Conversations leads to contracts. Have more conversations, get more contracts. Most of them are going to be no's, but the few who turn to yeses can be exactly what the other side has prayed for, and can be the answer to your prayer too, and bring you financial freedom. So keep following up, keep asking great questions. Your holiday action plans. I want you to set an objective from now and next Wednesday, your time, when we're together. I want you to set an objective of how many sellers you commit to talk to. Just write it down. I will talk to X amount of sellers by next Wednesday. Choose your number. Make sure it's a number you will do, because a few of you are going to wake up on Wednesday morning and go, oh crap, I've got to get on the phone. I haven't made any of those calls yet. So make sure it's a number you can and will do. Most of you are going to do a couple or 3 conversations a day. So figure out what is the amount of conversations you're going to commit to. Understand someone is waiting on you this holiday season. You are the answer to their prayer. You're doing them a massive disservice to not show up for them. And that's how I view this business. Not in a stressful way, but in a way of realizing that when you talk to the right sellers, you are exactly what they've been praying for. And you hear me tell sellers all the time. I just told someone's seller, we may not be the best fit for you. And if so, no worries. Did you guys hear that? I said, well, my gosh, Andrew, that's not good salesmanship. I don't give a crap. If it's going to keep him awake at night, he shouldn't sell us the house. And if he is going to sell you the house, he should do it in a way that makes him comfortable. Because frankly, I think that's a good way to do business. And I think that's the right way to do things. And whether you agree or disagree with that, it's sure a whole lot lower headache way of doing things too. And so just understand, do the right thing, ask the right questions, serve people, give them what they need. Doesn't mean a bad deal for you. Notice it has to be a win-win. Some of you are like I was when I started, and you thought win-win meant the seller wins, and hopefully you don't lose too much. That will bankrupt you. All right. So it must be a win for you, must be a win for the seller. Lean into momentum. Number 1, determine how many seller call conversations you're going to have. Number 2, lean into momentum. This holiday season, I'm telling you, if you talk to sellers last week, last month too, we're in December. If you talk to sellers last week, you have momentum. Go talk to more sellers. Lean into momentum. And number 3, this is very important for you guys, and I want this to be a metric, and you set the timeline. You can choose 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, but I want all of you before Christmas to have sent out at least one more contract. You choose the timeline. Some of you are going, oh gosh, that's easy. I'm doing it in 7 days. Some of you are going, I need 21. That's a stretch. I want every one of you to have at least sent one contract. Well, Andrew, what if it don't get signed? Well, if you don't send it, it certainly won't. So ask yourself, what can I do to get a conversation close enough to a deal that I can make sense of sending a purchase agreement? I want you to get that rep in. About half of you that are newer will get your contracts accepted. About half of you that are newer, they will not get signed. For those of you who are experienced, it's way higher rate than that. All right, that's okay. It's just the rep. The next step, get that contract signed before the Christmas time comes. Which you go into Christmas, being able to enjoy time with the family, but coming up to that segment, knowing you took the 30 minutes to send the contract, knowing you took the time to do the calls you committed to, and you're building that momentum that will last you into 2026 and give you a head start on everybody else who's waiting for the new year to decide to start doing something to change their life. All right? You're in the right place. I'm going to stay on with my Zoom people another 5 minutes and answer your questions. All of you on YouTube and on Facebook, type your energy level in the chat one last time. I got to see if it came up at all with us hanging out. Type your energy level in the chat one last time. Well, everybody on Zoom, if you don't mind, type your energy level in the chat. I got to see where our energy levels are. And then I'm going to come over and take your questions and wrap up with a couple quick notes. All right. Let's see. How's our energy level on? Okay, Shobna's a 9. Arturo's a 9. Carrie's a 3. Nina's a 3, or a 10, excuse me. Laura Lee's a 10. Russell's a 10. Neva's a 100,000. We gotta have some of what she's having, Carrie. Lynette's a 5. All right. All right. Tracy's a 10. Good. Bill's a 10. Heck yeah. D. Saunders is a 10 plus. Terry's a 3. Gusta's an 8. All right. Keep them coming, guys. Be blessed. Make it an amazing, amazing week. Go move the needle. Make momentum. Everybody on the live stream, I'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Bye for now.